we have Retail Chemist Prescription Analysis, which we normally do in the industry, and POB. So how do we train our field force to do effectively? Can you please share your thoughts, Manas sir?
Yeah. So, dear colleagues, this is one of the most important topic for any one of us. Particularly, this is important for the product management team to ensure to have an understanding of RCPA. This is equally important at the field level. Let's relook into it at the differently. Instead of RCPA as retail chemist prescription audit, we don't do audits. We are more concerned about the analyzing the data. Now, we will call it, reframe it as RCPA, that is analysis. Now, if it's an objective to have the RCPA, only to have POB, I'm sure that should not be the consideration. RCPA and POB two are very important, but the objective of RCPA is not to do POB alone. It is beyond that. The reason being, as all of you know, RCPA will give us total insight of what is happening in the marketplace, which we have seen that when we go to the retailer, first thing I need to understand, identify the right kind of retailers. Now, if I just go for the sake of doing RCPA to any retailer, it will not happen. In many organizations, there are specific guidelines which has been given. Now, when it comes to RCPA, I need to specify that what kind of retailers I have. When you look at the retailers today, when we started our career, we used to have in a town 12 or 13 retailers. I'm referring to a small place called Rourkela, where we had 18 doctors and 12 retailers. Today, we have there 200 retailers. So the things have changed. The things have changed. So what we need to do that we need to understand, let's have the segmentation of the retailers. If one retailer is serving one doctor, we call it something R1. One retailer is serving 2 to 3 doctors, we call them R2. And then something like, modern trade kind of outlets like Apollo, like MedPlus, like Noble, their prescriptions from every place it comes. If you are in Hyderabad, it can come to one shop in Secunderabad from many places, whether it is names, whether it is Gandhi. If you are in Calcutta, there are shops like Frank Ross or your Des Medical. The prescriptions will come from all over. So we need to understand that what kind of retailer I am doing and what could be my question. Number one, if I just enter into a retail outlet and start asking, "Mera ye chalta hai kya? Is my product movement is there?" Will he respond? It may take 1, 2, 3 visits to develop that particular relationship with that outlet. So these are all the training, the field force, the first question that Ashish has put here. How to train? Now we need to understand first ourselves as seniors, whether I'm a regional manager, whether I'm a sales manager, or a product manager, or a BUA, or a national sales manager, I need to understand what is my objective of RCPA. If my objective of RCPA is only to do POB, then probably I'll not be successful. But the objective of RCPA is to expand my market, expand my customer base, expand my prescriptions. That is important. Now, there are a few successful companies. Like, I do not want to take here the name of the organizations. There are 2, 3 organizations, those who give us some data about the prescriptions, about the movement, about the specialty-wise prescriptions. But if you look at the seniors present here, they will know these 2 or 3 organizations, their base is only 10 to 12,000 HCPs across the country. Now, what you get, Sachin, if anywhere I am going wrong, please correct me because you would have handled such things many.
It's going very well, sir.
So out of 10 to 12,000, and when we have a customer base like HCP base now roughly registered close to 5.5, 6 lakhs. And then in specialities, you have many in thousands. There, this 10,000 is minuscule. That may help the organization to understand. But I am the organization. If I am a medical representative and I am working in Balia or Basti, or if I am working in Kolhapur, I am the organization in Kolhapur. I am the organization in Nizamabad. So, in my organization, what is happening to the product, that becomes very important. Many of you would have seen there is something in circulation, one particular product, Dr. R.S. Sarma of somewhere writes, if you're coming to launch the product, don't meet me. He's a doctor from Jaipur. 20 of the brands have been launched on the first day. Now, there, it is important that first, number one, developing relationship with the retailers, knowing the owner. At times, I go to the retail outlet and I talk to the person concerned. अरे बाबलू भाई कैसा है आप? बाबलू भाई के पीछे अजय जी बैठे हुए हैं. हम अजय जी को जो कि ओनर है, हम उनको इग्नोर करते हैं. We should never do that. Sachin being in retail involvement now very high, he understands this. हमें बाबलू को इंपॉर्टेंस देना है, अजय भाई को भी देना है. Then only if I develop that relationship, whether I give him a small book or some small like order book or a pen or a keychain, nothing happens. Ultimately, item वो बोलेंगे, अजय भाई order confirm करेंगे. Payment Ajay bhai denge. Now, in a prescription scenario, again, I'm coming back to POB. It's a very good thing. I go to the market, I do the POB of the product. I book sitagliptin, 10 boxes. I book Pantocid L, 10 boxes. Now, my dear friend, my job of POB is being done. But if it is not liquidated, the chemist will return the stock after 10 days. So, I need to understand, probe that which doctor is prescribing what. So first is developing relationship. Number two is understanding the profile of the retail chemist. Profiling. If you are not doing the profiling, if I go and ask to chemist X, आपके पास डॉक्टर सचिन का पर्ची क्या आ रहा है, डॉक्टर मानस का क्या आ रहा है, रमेश नायर का क्या आ रहा है, अरे उसके पास तो खाली डॉक्टर आशीष जैन का पर्ची आता है. Why I am wasting his time by asking all this? Because Dr. Ashish Jain sits inside the chemist outlet or next to the chemist. His 80% prescriptions are being served by Dr. Ashish Jain. So he should be my R1. Now, if I go typically to a chemist in front of the KEM hospital, there I will not know the doctor's names. There I'll ask, कौन सा department से पर्ची आ रहा है? So these are the basic things, which is a long session to be discussed, which could be a session RCPA, maybe 3 to 4 hours. I find a couple of guys sitting here, those who have undergone these RCPA session internally during the training program, induction program. So it is very important to understand that what kind of chemist I am meeting, what kind of questions I need to do. It should be a leading question. It cannot be, and it should be, if I tell him, मेरा पेंटोसिडाल का prescription तो आ रहा है ना, खत्म. Why can't I start from other brands? And then at the end I come and I need to quantify. कितना पर्ची weekly आता होगा? अच्छा, कितना गोली आता है? And very important, during that RCPA, we should wait outside, and I at least try to promote that wherever I work, live prescription reading. There is nothing like live prescription reading. There are two places live prescription reading can be done. One at the doctor's chamber, standing outside when the patient comes out, and the other one, if I devote 1 hour or half an hour in a chemist shop with an objective,